Hey everyone, this is The Conversation, a brand new podcast brought to you by Capital Community Church in Fredericton, New Brunswick. On the first Friday of every month, you'll be able to join in as we sit down with people from various ministry and life perspectives, guest ministers sharing their experiences, the CCC leadership team discussing relevant faith and church-related topics, and even some from our church family sharing their stories. No topic is off the table, and we have a lot of fun along the way. So we would love to have you join the conversation. It all kicks off on Friday, April the 1st, so be sure to subscribe. To give you a little taste of what is to come, the following is a few minutes from our inaugural episode, The Conversation with Mark Brown. Enjoy. So one thing that you've said while we've been having conversation this weekend is, and you've already referenced how in Watertown it was slow and arduous for 6 or 7 years, nobody receiving the Holy Ghost in any of the services that you were having until finally hit a breakthrough, and then the latter half has been more fruitful. But one thing you said is that you felt God speak to you and say that what you're doing now would not be that way, that God was going to do a quick work.
Yes, sir.
And so maybe comment on that. And also you've shared a little bit of a testimony of how God is really fulfilling that it's going to be a quick work. So I'll let you speak.
Yeah, so it was overwhelming because I felt God tell us to start 3 works right off the bat, and that it was going to multiply. It was going to grow fast. And I cannot keep up with the vision that he's given my wife and I. He's speaking to both of us very clearly. Mm-hmm. And I could start talking about some of those things, and it would sound like I'm insane, to be honest with you. But the vision has to be bigger than your reach, because if you could reach it and make it happen, then you don't need God.
Right.
So everything he's given my wife and I, we recognize without him we can do none of this. But it's messing with my head because it's taken so long to get where we are at. And so when he's given these big ideas, I'm just like, man, God, I believe it, but really it's going to be that quick? And I believe God just this week gave us another confirming sign. There's multiple signs I could share, but here's one big one just this week. This past Monday, we went to one of the towns that we've been doing prayer walks, prayer drives in, and the Lord spoke to us to go to this town. And we got a meeting room location at a visitor center. And so we went there to sign the agreement, all that stuff. And as we're doing that, the lady begins to inquire who we are, what we're doing, why we're doing it. And I shared with her that we're doing these prayer drives throughout small rural towns in South Dakota. We felt the Lord speak to us to do this work here. And she got emotional. She got moved by it. And she said, well, I need to connect you to some people in this community. I got to connect you to some people. I'll do what I can. Give me your number. Here's my number, etc. She gave me her card. And then after that, she later stated, if there's anything I can do, anything you need to know about our town, just let me know, and I'm going to take care of you. And I said, well, if you happen to know of any vacant buildings, there's just been sitting, we'll be interested to look at them.
Yeah.
And not that we have anything for them, but I just made that statement. And she says, well, there is this one church. Let me get this person's contact information. And she was so kind and gave us this information. And I called that guy right away, and I talked to him, and he reached out to someone to open up this church to go let us look into it. It's a congregational church, 138-year-old building. We're touring through it. And after it's all done, I call that gentleman back and tell him, man, this is awesome. This is a great place. And he told me, he goes, well, if you want it, it's yours. I'll give you the title, the deed. You guys can own the property.
Amazing.
Everything. All you need to do is meet with your board, have them write a letter of intent, and that's where we're at right now. We wrote a letter of intent. I'm going to mail it to them when I get back to the States.
Yep.
And so we're in the process of receiving a free church building and a free church property under our name, and we haven't even taught a Bible study in that town yet. That's a quick work,
Yeah.
So excited about that.
Absolutely.